Okay, we get it. Little tiny kale and spinach. It's big whoop, right? Big whoop. Why is this significant? Well, the reason this is significant is that if it's warm enough and sunny enough in here in the cold frame, which by the way, this is an unheated cold frame. That's why I call it a cold frame and not a greenhouse, because a greenhouse, usually that means you have to have supplemental heat somewhere. There's no there's no propane anywhere in here. There's no heat anywhere in here. There's no electrical wires or nothing. There's a little teeny tiny. I have a little teeny tiny like a blower fan to kind of help circulate the air around when it's a sunny day. That's a solar panel. But why is this significant? Why are these little tiny seed leaves significant? Well, the reason that's important is because if these are germinating, it's warm enough to germinate spinach and kale. It's also warm enough to germinate things like bush peas or spinach. That's a different variety, though. What about carrots? Do you like carrots? What about peas and carrots? They go, it's warm enough to start your radishes. If it's warm enough to start radishes, it's warm enough to start things like turnips and beets. Now that yeah, this is technically a double row cover. The reason this works, even though it's only March, what, 3rd, 4th maybe? I don't know, whatever. The days are all kind of the same. Is because we have one layer to the outside, and then this additional layer here warms it up enough that these are all germinating. I'm getting started in here. It sounds like the rain is starting to let up. I have covers outside that I'm going to start germinating, more of these cold weather things over there, and I'll probably show some of that later, but I'm trying to keep these short and sweet and to the point.